The henchmen did the dirty work to avoid getting their hands dirty or showing their faces. The merchandise they were moving was valued at 100,000 euros, and they couldn't afford for anything to go wrong. It was a long conversation that made it clear that the drugs would arrive there on Saturday. Saturday arrived, and everything was going according to plan when, just as they were about to bring the drugs into the premises, the drug dealer, who was their competitor, attempted to steal it unsuccessfully. Although Gray was inside getting something to drink, Yugieom happened to be coming out and didn't hesitate to open fire. Hearing all that commotion, his partner rushed to help him, but by the time he could do something, it was all over, so they focused on hiding the merchandise in the premises to avoid further problems. A month later, they managed to sell it all, and it was time to split the profits. They always split 50-50, but this time Yugieom asked for 10% more due to the risk he had taken during the shooting. His friend, reluctantly, as he hadn't expected that request and wasn't too pleased about it, gave it to him, and they were at peace. Days passed, and everything returned to normal. Gray, jealous of his friend's happiness with Lisa, begins to feel hatred. What started as simple envy turns into a desire for revenge. He decides to ruin their lives, and, to do so, he devises a blackmail plan against Lisa, seeking to make them suffer. He succeeded by showing up at her house when she was alone and threatened her by pointing a gun at her head. Out of fear that he would carry out his threat, she said nothing to anyone, thus accepting whatever conditions Gray wanted to impose and feeling compelled to comply. At first, they went out as friends. Soon he wanted more. The next thing he asked was for her to let him touch and kiss her. When that wasn't enough, he forced her to have sexual relations. 2 months passed, and everything was going perfectly for Gray, while Lisa continued her relationship with Yugieom because she truly had feelings for him. One night, when she had a date with her boyfriend at his house, she was forced to leave early after receiving a message from her stalker and made up a flimsy excuse before leaving. Yugieom found this behavior strange, since she didn't act like that, and without her realizing it, he decided to follow her to see where she was going. His reaction was one of total surprise when, following her in his car, he saw her get out of her vehicle, which she parked in the club's parking lot, to approach another car at the far end. If this behavior already seemed like something out of a movie, it became even stranger when he discovered that the driver was none other than Gray. As curiosity gnawed at him to see what those two were doing there, he stayed to see what happened inside that car. After about 15 minutes, his eyes widened in shock as he observed his girlfriend and his best friend sharing a deep kiss.